Okay, go ahead and find our seat. So you're just gonna sit towards the edge of your chair. Hands can rest on your thighs. I'm just gonna rock a little from one sits bone to the other. You're just gonna feel the seat, feel the right side and the left side. You might notice bony landmarks, those are your sits bones. And then find that place between those two sits bones. And then you're just gonna close your eyes. And you're gonna allow yourself just to bring awareness into the space that you're in and allow yourself to tap into your body. You might notice sounds around you, or sounds in the room, sounds outside the room. You may notice heat or cool air. Notice the temperature of the air. Notice the texture of the floor under your feet. And even notice the texture of your clothes on your body. Are the clothes tight? Are they loose? Is one side tighter than the other or feel snug? And then just get an overall sense of your mood. And then bring your awareness just in front of your nose. And begin to feel the breath in your body coming in and out the nose. So just link your mind onto your breathing. And you're just going to take a moment to follow that breath. Letting your body relax and soften as you become aware of your breath. You might be curious about where in the body do you feel the breath? Is it in the belly? Is it in the chest? Where do you feel the body move when you breathe? And then let's just place both hands on that low belly and just keeping the eyes closed, we're going to do a little more active breathing. So on your next inhale, you're going to inhale into your belly, allow the belly to expand outward. And then when you exhale and gently follow that exhale, which draws the belly back towards the spine. And we just do 4 more like that. So inhale actively, feeling the belly expand both forward and out to the sides. And when you exhale and deepen. Let the exhale begin that deepening of the belly back and in. And again, 3 more kind of on your own timing. You'll find that your breath is going to be a different timing than my breath. But the inhale, there's expansion, there's the filling up. The exhale, there's that drawing back and in, and maybe even you might feel slightly that lifting upward. Inhale like a balloon, the belly fills up. And then like a balloon, you deflate. All the breath comes out, the belly will draw back. And just 1 more time like that, inhaling, expanding, and exhaling, deepening. And then just go ahead and open our eyes, and we're just going to start with some face tapping. So let's tap the face. And as we tap our face, we're going to tap along the bones of the face. So you'll feel cheekbones, and then the jawline, and over the forehead, and the temples, and just waking up our sensory system and waking up our face. Just a few more moments here of tapping, a little percussive, and let's go over tapping over the head. We'll go up and over the head to the base of the neck. Up and over the head to the base of the neck. And see if you can go now to the sides of the head. A few more times, up and over, really feeling that awareness of your skull. And then you're going to take your fingers like combs. We're going to go in towards the top of the forehead and comb in, really combing the head, combing the skull. Go above your ears, comb up into the head, and then the back of the neck, comb up. And do a few more times, just 1 more time. Comb in from the forehead in, from the ears up. And then from the back of the head up. Good. Last time, let's comb. So now we're combing in. Foaming up and up to the back of the head. Good. And then just let that go. Let's shake our hands a little bit. We're going to continue with some tapping here. We're going to tap the chest. So let's tap all along the sternum and the collarbones up and down here. Waking up our awareness of our chest and our ribs. And then let's go to the low ribs where your diaphragm is, tapping around the ribs. Just Todd. And then let's go to the belly. Let's go circles on the belly. So we're going to circle one direction here. Hi, Todd. And then circle the other way.
Hi, hi.
Welcome. And then we're going to try to
Thank you. Sorry.
We're going to tap our back. Tapping those low ribs and up and down the kidneys. We're just waking up the body with a little bit of sensory work. Tapping. Okay, up and down the back. And then find your hands on your thighs. We're going to tap the top of the thighs. Just back and forth. There's noise, Adam?
Maybe just a little bit. I think that might be better.
Okay. Let's go to the sides. Tap down. And then you're going to tap up the insides of the legs. So we're going to go to the back of the pelvis. We're going to go down the sides of the legs, all the way to the feet. And then we tap up the insides of the legs. And a few more times. We hinge over and we tap up. And down. And coming up. Last one. Really tap it. The body, feel the tissue and your skin. And then shake out any tension in your hands. Grow nice and tall. We're going to just easy, we're going to inhale, slide the shoulders up towards your ears. Hold it for a moment. And then exhale from the armpits, we slide down. Very simple, but really nice. So we inhale, we slide right up to the ears. And let this sliding be easy. So a lot of times we'll grip in those upward traps. See if you can slide up, hold for a moment, but create some ease, and then slide back down. Is that better? Is there still noise? We're okay. And slide up. Inhale as your arms slide up. The inhale will help that happen. Exhale as you slide the shoulders down. Now we'll keep the shoulders just easy here. And we're going to see, can we draw our shoulders together in the back? We're squeezing our scapula. And then we're going to just let it go. And we'll draw your shoulder blades in towards the spine, creating a stretch of our chest, finding our back body. And then release. And we draw the shoulder blades into your spine. And we squeeze the scapula together and then release. One more time, draw your shoulder blades into your back. Hold it there, feel how the chest gets wide. And then we release, let the arms relax. We're just gonna take a head turn. Just the head's gonna look over your left shoulder. And then you're gonna look over your right shoulder. And we're gonna go left, take your eyes with you. And we're gonna go right. And as you look left, how far can you look with your eyes without straining the neck? And as you look right, how far can you look with your eyes? A couple more, using your eyes. Go as slow as you need to. Look, and then come back to center. The face is gonna go up. We're gonna look up, face to the ceiling, look up. And then look down, face to the floor, see down. You might get a little neck stretch there. And then look up. Think of the front of your throat stretching up, so we're not cutting off the neck. And then we look down, and look down, see down, and you might feel a stretch in the back of the neck. Two more. Look up, easy. Then look down. Last one, look up. See the ceiling. Look down, see the floor. Then come back to neutral. Last thing kind of here for our head, we're going to imagine that eyes could be open or closed, and you're just going to watch first maybe, but you're going to imagine your nose was like a pencil, and it's going to directly be facing, or a light, it's facing directly in front of you, and you're going to draw a little circle on that far wall in front of you. You can, whichever direction you start with, great. And you can close the eyes and try to, if it feels better, but try to stay very relaxed as you make the circle with your nose. Just one more this direction. And then you'll circle the other way, following It's a small circle. Remember, it's like there's a light on the tip of your nose shining out into the distance, and you're drawing a little circle. Good, and then just come back to center. I'm gonna go sideways, but you guys stay facing me. We're gonna do seated cat-cow. So my hands are on my thighs. I'm gonna push my hands forward. They slide forward on my thighs. My pelvis curls back, and I'm gonna round. My eyes will look down at the belly, and I round my back. My hands reach forward so I get that wide width of my upper back. And then inhale, I'm gonna pull my hands towards me. Tailbone goes back and heart lifts up. And here's those shoulder blades. They slide in the back, and the eyes look up. Exhale, we look down, round. Inhale, we look up, shoulder blades slide in, and we look up. Feel how your spine moves here. Exhale to round. Inhale to extend. A couple more times. Exhale, you can close your eyes for a few so you feel that sensory motion, the movement in your body. See if you can feel what it feels like to round without your eyes looking. See if you can feel what it feels like to extend. Maybe one more, eyes closed. See if you can feel your way heightening the body's awareness when we close our eyes and move. Beautiful. And then just come back to center. All right, I'm going to skip back a little bit so you can see. We're going to take one foot up. Let's take the left, just mirror me, up onto that. Good, we're all good. Okay, good. And you're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with a little massage of our foot. So take both hands, and we're gonna also do this with the ball in a moment, but we're gonna take the palms of our hands, and I want you to think of kind of spreading the bottom of your foot. So I'm just taking my palms, and I'm spreading, and I'm massaging the whole foot. And our feet are super strong, so don't be afraid to really get in there. Okay. And then we're going to take the big toe, and you're going to pull the big toe away from you and give it a little wiggle. And then you're going to take your second toe, and you're going to pull it out away and give it a little wiggle. And the third toe, pull and a little wiggle. And fourth toe, pull, little wiggle. Last toe, pull, get some stretch there. And a little wiggle. Then you're going to take one hand to the top of your foot, one hand to your heel. And let's wring this foot out like it was a rag that had a lot of water. And we're trying to wring out the water. So I'm doing a little twisty motion, which is a little bit of a challenge for some of us to get that motion. But just try, see if you can do a little twist action. The heel's moving opposite of the upper foot. So one hand's on your heel, one hand is on the upper foot. Yes, and you're just wringing opposite directions. Good. That's it. Yes. Trying to get a little mobility in our foot, in our heel bone especially. Okay, and then let that go. Take your hand. You're going to take your opposite hand, so your right hand. Spread the fingers. We're going to interlace our fingers inside our toes. A lot of sensation usually for this one. We try to get our fingers down towards the base of the toes, but they may not make it. And that's okay. So any amount is good. And some of us, it might be like, oh, that's a big stretch. Some of us, it might feel just fine. And so once you get down there, wherever that is, think about spreading your fingers apart here. So you're going to get a little space. This is like you're making your own foot spacer. And then from here, all my toes, I'm going to traction forward. So I'm gently pulling the toes out. And then I'm going to add this little fold. I fold in and I fold back. So our feet are so important to the rest of our body that I really like to spend a lot of time working on the feet. Super important for our balance, for our back health, our hip health, our knees, pretty much the whole thing. And then a little more folding forward and back. I like to tell my clients that if you can have 3 to 5 minutes, work on your feet, okay? And then slowly we're gonna pull the fingers away, and you just place that foot down and just feel the foot on the floor and just notice any sensational difference, right? Notice any change, okay? And we'll take the other leg across. And we start with that massage. So I'm just gonna take you can just make up the massage, but what I'm doing is I'm taking the palms of my hands and I'm just starting to kind of press in and spread. I imagine that I'm spreading the bottom, the bones of my feet. right? We can do, get in there. You can even use your thumbs if you want to push in a little bit with your thumbs. We are going to work with some points of our feet with the ball in a moment. So just get in there. All right. And then we're going to take that big toe, pull it out, and give it a little wiggle. Second toe, pull it away, a little wiggle. Third toe, pull, a little wiggle. And fourth toe, pull, a little wiggle. Last toe, pull, and a little wiggle. And then you're going to grab, so your right hand's going to hold on to the top of your foot. Your left hand is holding on to your heel. And I'm going to, if I push my heel down, I'm going to twist my other foot slightly up. And then my upper foot, my other foot. And then I'm going to go the other direction. So I'm creating a little bit of a twist. There we go. The heel and the upper foot are going opposite each other. And remember, you can really push into your heel a little bit. You won't overdo it. You can really try to move that bone, okay? One more time. All right, and then let that go. Take wide fingers, take your left hand, let's interlace them in between these toes. This is my tighter foot, so this is a little more challenging. Notice for you, if this is your tighter side or more flexible side. And once we get the toes in there, think about spreading your fingers. Notice whatever sensation is there, and then let's go ahead and pull the toes out. So now we traction all the toes. And then we're going to do a little folding forward and back. All right, trying to open up our feet here. A couple more times. Great, and then come back to center, and we'll slowly pull the fingers out, release, place the foot down. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of standing up and down off the chair. So a little bit of squats. We're doing the squats for right now for some mobility, a little bit of wake up for our brain. And so we just wanna make sure, if you do know you need extra balance support, have something in front of you. Otherwise, we're just gonna have the chair here. Our feet are gonna be about shoulder width distance. And I wanna be underneath my knees here. I'm gonna shift first, I lean forward and I feel the feet. You can have all that awareness we just learned on our feet. And then I'm gonna look up and I'm gonna stand up. So I get to use my eyes to help me. Then I'll slightly look down and I'll sit back on that chair. And I find going back's a little scary because I'm like, where's the chair? I hope it didn't move, but it didn't, it's still there. So you shift forward, you're gonna look up and stand up. And then you come back down. And we're gonna do about 10 of these. We might have different paces, that's okay. Find your feet, stand up and use your eyes. So key points, feet and eyes. I look up, I stand up. I sit back down. Nice. Yes, find your feet, all that work we just did. Great. Awesome, keep going. Use your eyes. Eyes will guide us. Our body follows where the eyes go. Maybe starting to feel a little more warmth in your body. Maybe starting to feel the legs a little bit. All that is good stuff. Let's do 2 more. Feel both feet. Can I feel my right foot and my left foot? This next time when we stand up, let's stay up. So come on up, stay up. Good. And then you're gonna move your chair a little bit to the side. We're gonna use it in a minute. And if you didn't get it, Todd, we're also using a pinky ball today for our feet. And my dog might have just taken mine. But we're gonna use, oh, here it is. We're gonna go to the feet in a minute. So keep that nearby. But first, now find the feet a little bit wider. We're gonna bring our hands right here, just in the alignment with our these low ribs, okay? We're gonna inhale, and on our exhale, we're just gonna create a little rotation. So we're gonna look to the right, and we're gonna follow it with our body. And then we inhale back to center. We exhale, we're gonna look over to the left, and we follow with the body. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate, we look, and then we come back. And look, and back. And a couple more, let your eyes look Let the body follow. So it's going to go head, eyes, body. Eyes are leading the motion. One more time each side. You'll notice that one side maybe is a little tighter than the other. You'll find out. We'll come back to this in a little bit, and then back to center, arms by your side. We're going to take that right arm, reach it up to the sky. And you want to lift that shoulder up again like we did a moment ago, but this time it's from underneath that armpit, from the shoulder blade, lift up. Good, and then we're going to side bend. Out, reaching out of the body. How big can you get? Can I reach my feet down, reach the fingers long? Big, long stretch. Take a breath here. And exhale, just bring it back. Just hydrating our spine. Take that other arm up. Your shoulder blade lifts the other arm up even higher. Yeah, good. And then we side bend. We're lifting out of the body. How long can I make my left side of my body? My foot's on the ground. My arm is reaching away. Take a breath here. And come back up. Other side reaches up. Send your shoulder blade up. Inhale. This time let's soften the knees, add in a little different sensation. We lengthen out the body and we side bend. Tailbone is long. Reach, reach, reach. Notice if it feels different. And then come back up. Other arm reaches up. Lift from underneath that armpit. Nice and grounded through your feet. Over we go. Exhale. Good. Come back to center. And arm down. We're going to do a little bit. I'm going to move my chair so I don't hit it. We're going to do rotations again, but the arms are going to dangle by our side. We're going to rotate. And I want you to let your hands just kind of hit the low back. And I still want you to use your eyes. So I'm looking behind me. I see, make a mental note of what you see. So I see a picture of my mom when she was like 20 years old behind me. So note what you see behind you. Note if it's different from each side. We'll do about 3. Let the arms just dangle. 2. And 1, back to center. Whew. And I might give you, some of us might get a little dizzy. It's a little vestibular. That's fine. So we're going to grab the balls now, and we're going to do a little bit of pressure points for our feet before I do some more leg work. The first point we want to place the ball is right in the big toe area. Okay. So I'm going to place the ball on the ground, my right foot, and I'm going to place that big toe mound onto the ball. Now what we're going to do is it's downward pressure. So I'm just going to imagine, you can hold on if you need to. We're just going to press down. So if I could, I'm not going to stand, you're going to decide the pressure that's right for you. We're going to do about 8 presses right here in the specific point of the foot. Relax the body, find that weight of the leg in any amount. Again, this can be very sensitive for some of us, so you just monitor what feels just the right amount of pressure. Never overdoing. Never over pushing for these kinds of things. We'll just do one more, press down. And then we're going to find the arch of the foot. So you're going to place the ball right in the center of your foot, the arch. And we do the same thing. It's a downward press. You breathe, you relax. You notice what you feel. Right? Pressing straight down onto that ball. 8 to 10 presses. Great. And now we're going to take the ball in front of your heel. So it's not right on the heel, it's right in front of the heel where the end of your arch and the heel meet. And we try that same idea, pressing straight down into the ball here in this spot. This is also all along the plantar fascia of our foot. Pressing straight down into the ball. And just notice which are the most sensitive spots for you. Okay, 2 more times, pressing straight down. All right, and then just come off the ball, stand on both feet, and just notice that foot. Notice how that hip feels, any difference on that side. Okay, and then we'll go to the other side. So the big toe mound of your left foot. You can hold on if you need to. Just find that position, kind of be right below the big toe, and press straight down. Straight down into the ball. And just relax the body as we do this. So sometimes we really want to feel something right away, so we search for it. But just allow the exercise to guide you. So we just press down and we're curious about what happens. And you'll decide how much you want to press, okay? All right, and then find the arch. Let's go right into the center of the foot. And straight down. You might even notice this side, there's more sensation, there's less sensation. Straight down into the ball. 2 more times. Great, and then you'll find that place just in front of the heel, okay, where the arch meets the heel. There is this little groove there. We're just like we did a moment ago when we were sitting, we're trying to mobilize our heel bone, okay? Right, good. So help us with balance. Couple more. Awesome. And then come on off the ball, place it to the side. We're going to do a little balance now. So working a little bit of balance for our ankles and knees. And so we're going to balance first on your right leg. So flamingo stance, your left leg. So it's knee to knee. I want to feel even across the hips. Notice if you shift it out, see if you can stand right on top of your foot. Maybe just have one finger on the chair, maybe just balance. I'm going to grow nice and tall through the spine. And I want you to notice any wobbles that's happening. I notice my ankle is starting to wobble, and that's those receptors in our joints are figuring out, they're telling our brain, hey, we're on one leg now. So pay attention, saying, so you don't fall over. And so the brain's like, okay, I'll pay attention. And then let's bring the arms up. If you can, both arms, and then we'll bring the arms down. And we'll do a little challenge. Bring the arms up. And bring the arms down. Yeah, and you can have one arm do that as well. Hold on to the chair. And up. And then down. Beautiful. Last one up. My ankle's getting tired. And then down. And then rest. Okay, good. Let's go to the other side. So we're going to transfer over to the left leg. Flamingo stance, your right. Even across the pelvis. Notice if you're sticking the hip out, can I stand right on top of my foot? And just feel the foot, feel that side, this side of the body now. And if you can, let go or not, totally fine. And allow yourself to really feel this foot, this ankle. And then we'll go up with the arms, and then we'll come down. And we go up, and we come down. One more time, up. And then we go down. Great, and then just have both feet on the ground. Notice which side is easier. I'm gonna go sideways, we're gonna do hip hinges, making our way to the floor eventually. So feet a little bit wide. Your body's in one long line like you had a broom on your back, okay? So we're gonna soften the knees a little bit, and the end of the broom is gonna go up and back as I hinge over. I keep my body long. Then the broom goes to the floor as I stand up. Inhale over, feel how the legs will stretch, and then standing back up. Moving the pelvis up and over the legs, allowing those hamstrings to stretch. Nice. And it doesn't have to be a big motion. I want you to feel the motion from the pelvis going back and up, and then the pelvis coming back on top of the feet. Yes, and pelvis goes back and up. And the pelvis comes back on top of the feet. 2 more times. Pelvis goes back and up. And then comes back on top of the feet. Last time. Up and over. Feel the stretch of the legs. Can I feel the right foot? Can I feel the left foot? And then come back to standing. Awesome. Last thing standing, a standing cat. We're going to take our arms, so you're going to be by our sides. Flex your hands really wide. Feel the webbing of your hands. And then find those shoulder blades on your back, and you squeeze the shoulder blades on your back like we did a moment ago. From here, I'm going to soften the knees. I'm going to allow my chest to lift up and my tailbone to lift up. And then we're going to exhale. We're going to curl around your whole spine, curl tailbone under, push the air away and round your upper back. Inhale, we'll pull elbows back, shoulders back, lift your chest. Exhale, we round, push forward, round your back, look toward your belly. Inhale, we open the front of the body, feel the stretch. Exhale, the front of the body gets smaller and the back of the body gets wider. Inhale, we open the front. Exhale, we round and open the back. Last two, inhale, open the front of the body, look up. Exhale, open the back of the body, round. And then come back to center, all the way up. Good, maybe move, if you need the chair to get down, you can use it, but we're gonna come down to the floor. Might want a blanket, perhaps, or just your mat is fine. We're gonna come down to the floor and we're gonna lay on our backs. So make your way, take your time, coming onto. The knees will be bent, feet are flat on the floor, and arms are just by your sides. Let's have the feet a little bit wider, so maybe like mat width wide or shoulder width wide. And then let's bring our arms out to a T position and have the palms face up to the sky. And when you do that, I want you to think of your shoulder heads, the shoulders dropping back into the mat. From here, we're gonna go right into knee sway. So you're gonna inhale, let the legs go over to the right. Feeling that stretch through the legs, perhaps through the hip. We're gonna inhale back through center and let your legs fall over to the left. We'll just move back and forth. Inhale through center and exhale the legs to the right. Now, as you do this, you can pick your pace. I want you to think of your upper body staying nice and heavy. So it's movements happening in the lower body. Just a little sway side to side. You can hold the position if you'd like, a little bit longer, or you can move through it. Let's just do two more each side. You get to pick your pace. Feel the feet on the ground as you go through center, and then the stretch. And then come back to center. We'll meet in this middle. Bring your feet a little closer together. And we're gonna move the pelvis. So we're gonna open up our low backs here on the floor. So I want you to draw your low back into the floor. So I'm flattening my low back into the mat, which means the pelvis will curl under me. And then I'm gonna take my tailbone down and my low back's gonna arch and come away from the floor, okay? And I'm gonna flatten my low back into the floor, and that's called an imprinted spine. And I'm gonna tip the tailbone down, and the low back comes away from the floor, and we call this an anterior tilt or an arch. And just a few more. Can I do this? I want you to see if you can do this motion without gripping in your legs or gripping in your glutes. See if you can really think of moving from the bones of the pelvis. See if you can create some ease in the pelvis, and in the hips as you move. All right, and then let's find that place that we're in the middle. So we're not in the arch and we're not in a tuck. We're right there in the middle of both of those positions. And then you're gonna take your arms up to the sky. We're gonna reach up. So reach up as if you could touch the ceiling. Notice how the shoulder blades go wide and the chest gets a little smaller or closed. And then draw your shoulder blades down to the floor and hug your spine again like we did earlier. And notice how the shoulders come in and squeeze. And then reach up, reach for the ceiling, stretch to the back. And then draw the shoulders down, hug the spine. One more time, we reach up. Think of reaching through that pinky side of the hands. And then draw down. Think of the armpits drawing in towards the spine. And then let's find neutral. Let's find where the shoulders are wide and the chest is wide. So the shoulders are just slightly lifted off the floor. You're gonna think about keeping your shoulders where they are, but we're gonna open the arms out to the sides. So shoulders, blades stay where they are, and we reach. We might get a little nerve stretch. We reach out, 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 and then we're gonna come back to where we started. Keep the chest open, keep the back wide. Just 3 times. Reach out, open, inhale. Stretch, exhale, bring the arms back. Last one, we inhale, we open, stretch through the fingers, stretch out to the sides of the room. And exhale, bring the arms back. You're gonna interlace your hands and you're gonna place the hands behind the base of your head. The elbows are going to lift up off the floor, and your shoulder blades are going to slide down and forward on your ribs. So you're going to take an inhale. And on the exhale, let's lift our head and shoulders up off the ground. And our eyes are going to look towards the belly button. But I want you to keep a little space between your chin and your chest. And then you're going to roll the spine back down onto the floor. We inhale. We exhale. We roll the upper back away from the floor, looking towards the belly button, keeping the head easy. We inhale, roll back. Careful not to pull on those necks. Exhale, we roll up, healing the upper back. Then I lift up off those shoulder blades a little bit, and then I roll back down. Let's just do 2 more really simple head floats. Exhaling, but can you find the exhale to help you draw your ribs down and in? And then can you unroll the spine as you roll back? 1 more time. On the exhale, you come up. On the inhale, you roll down. Good. Then come all the way down. Bring your hands by your sides, shoulders down on the back. We're going to go into rolling bridges. So we're going to inhale. On the exhale, you're going to curl your low back into the mat, and then you're going to peel your spine away from the floor, 1 precious vertebra at a time until you come up to those scapula, the shoulder blade points, the scapula, and the bottoms of your scapula. And then in this position, we would like to have the ribs kind of soft, the low ribs. And I'd like for you to think of your hips lifting up maybe slightly higher than the rib cage. And then pause, really feel your feet. Can you feel your legs working, the hamstrings, that's the back of your legs, and those glutes a little bit. And then from here we inhale and we're gonna roll the spine back down. So you start from that upper back, middle back, through the low back and all the way to the pelvis. Take an inhale here. And exhale, you curl. First, the back goes flush to the floor, and then you peel the spine away from the floor. Coming up to the tips of your scapula, opening the front of the body. Here, pause, feel your feet. Can you think of your thigh bones reaching forward over your feet? Take an inhale. And on the exhale from the upper back, start to roll back down into the floor, lengthening and stretching your spine all the way to the heels. Inhale at the bottom, we're going to do 1 more. And exhale, we curl the pelvis under and you peel up, peeling your spine slowly but surely away from the floor. At the top of the bridge, feel your thigh bones reach forward over your feet just a little more. Feel the breath in the body. Take an inhale. And then exhale, down you go from the upper back, mid back, low back, and then the pelvis. And then we float the arms up to the sky. Good. Feel your whole back now flush to the mat. So I'd like you to draw your low back into the floor. Feel the ribs on the floor. We're gonna try to keep stable through our pelvis so the pelvis stays still and the back stays flush. And bring one leg up to tabletop. And then you'll bring your other leg up to tabletop. And so we're in this kind of what we call this dying bug position. And you want to make sure the whole spine is imprinted into the floor. And then your right arm and left leg are going to reach away from each other. And then they come back to center. Let's stay on that side. So right arm, left leg reach away, and then come back. And reach away. Find your breath in here somewhere. And just only take that leg so far away from you that the back doesn't change. So it could be very small. Maybe the exhale brings you in. We'll do 1 more this side. And then pause. We finish 1 more, pause at center, and we go to the other side. left arm, right leg, and then come back. And again, you only take the leg so far down that it doesn't change your back. Find your breath, find the stability of your spine into the floor. One side might be quite harder than the other. You'll discover that. Well, let's do 2 more this side. Take your time, use your breath. All right, and then hug the knees into your chest and rock your spine against the floor. So here, a little rolling side to side, massaging that low back into the floor. Okay? And let's go ahead, find center, place one leg down and the other leg down. Feet are on the ground, neutral pelvis. Bring the right leg up to your tabletop position and then send your leg up to the sky, any amount. So we get a little stretch of the leg here. And we're gonna keep the leg long. If you need to have it slightly bent, that's okay. We're gonna do a little ankle circle. Circle the ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Circle the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then reach the heel to the sky even more. We're going to keep the pelvis where it is, and we're going to start to lengthen the leg down to the floor. Lengthen and reach your leg down, 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 down. It almost touches the floor, and then it's going to float back up. We're just going to do 4 like this. Reach and lengthen the leg away from you, out of the pelvis. Feel that length, and then we float back up. Feel the fold in the front of your hip. 2 more. Reach and lengthen, stretch, and then fold back up. 1 more time. Reach and lengthen, and then back up. And then you're going to bend that knee. You're going to hold on to the shin and pull your right leg into your chest. And you're going to slowly slide your left leg out away from you and reach it long. We're in this little stretch. The left leg is getting a stretch. We're also pulling the right leg in. If you feel too much pressure in your hip flexor, you can hold on behind your thigh. Find which one feels comfortable. You're going to spread the chest, widen your elbows. Take an inhale. On your exhale, chin to chest, roll up and say hello to your knee. And then we roll back down. Careful that that left leg doesn't come up with you. Exhale, curl and roll the upper body up towards your knee, and then back down. Last time, curl up, deep exhale, and then back down. And then you'll pull the left leg into your chest, both legs are into the chest, and roll your low back side to side against the mat. A little massage for the back. We'll place the right foot down and the left foot down. Reset your body, find that neutral position of your pelvis, just where the pelvis is nice and heavy. And then let's bring that left leg up to tabletop and stretch it up to the sky any amount. You might notice one side's quite different than the other. And then we're going to do a little ankle circle. So circle your ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then flex your foot. Reach your leg long and slowly start to, from that inner seam of the pant leg, start to lengthen that leg down to the floor. And then when barely you touch the floor, you come right back up. Fold in the front of your hip. And stretch your leg long, reach it away from you. And then bring it back up. And 2 more times. Stretch and lengthen. And folding back up. Last time, stretch and lengthen. And then bring it back up. And then bend the knee, hold on to that shin, and slide your right leg long away from you. And you can just experiment here. Do I want to hold on to the shin, or do I hold on to the back of my thigh? Find out which one feels better. And your right leg is reaching away, your left leg is pulling in. And just feel the stretch. Take a breath or two. Find which position feels comfortable. And then take an inhale. Spread the chest, widen your elbows, and head float up. See if you can keep your right leg on the ground as you float up towards your left knee. And then roll back down. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, curl up. Maybe you can kiss your knee, and then roll back down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, curl up. And then rolling back down. Bring the right leg into your chest. This time, one hand on each knee, and we'll do individual hip circles here. So come in, out, and around. Massaging the hip joint and the low back. Change directions. Find your breath. One more this direction. And then hug the legs in. We're going to roll to either side, rolling to one side, and you're going to press yourself up. We're going to come to all fours. Our last little thing here, we're going to do a little bit of a plank work. So we're going to come to hands and knees. Knees are right underneath the hips. Hands are spread, the webbing of your hands are spread right underneath your shoulders. Feel your spine nice and long. We're going to take the right foot back, toes tuck under. And the left foot back, toes tuck under. That's one option. You can also have knees down, and that's your other option. Good, and then just find some breath here. Where are the eyes? My eyes look slightly forward. But I lift my pelvis up a little bit more and tuck it under, and then lower it back down. Then I lift my pelvis up a little bit, tuck the tailbone towards your heels, and then lower it back down. But I lift the pelvis and curl it under me a little bit, and then lower it just small. One more time, curl and lift the pelvis, and then lower down. Lower your knees down, wide knees, sit back, child's pose. Let your foreheads rest on the floor, crawl the hands forward. Take a breath or two, feeling a little sense of warmth and heat run through the body. We're going to try that one more time. We're going to roll up, bring your hands. You get to, I think everyone did a full plank, so I think we're good. Spread the webbing of the hands. Shoulders are wide on your back. Take one leg back and the other leg back. Lengthen through the body. Feel like a long straight arrow. So now our variation is going to be a little bit of a, from our feet, we slide forward and then we slide back. We push forward with our feet, we slide back. Two more times. We slide forward, we pull back, we slide forward, we pull back, find center, lower the knees, widen them, and rest in a child's pose. Forehead rests on the ground. Take 2 breaths in your child's pose. Feel the heat, feel the heart. Inhale, and then on your exhale, rolling up. Shake out your wrists. You can come up to any kind of seat. Let's just shake out our hands for a moment because they get a little tired. Let's spread the hands, and then let's make little circles with our hands. Little figure eights, circular figure eights. Good. Okay, and then shake it out. All right, thank you. Good work. We're going to come back at 1 for a little meditation and some breath work. But we'll take a little break. And Adam, should I pause the video for the break or keep it running?
You should just stop it and then start a new one.
Okay, great.
Okay,
Thank
thanks.
you. Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Nancy. Hope that felt good.
Thanks, Lila. Thank
See you
you.
in a minute.
Okay, see you soon.